Welcome to Loving God and Loving Life. We're in Colossians Chapter 4, the last chapter of this amazing book. And the theme is to make the most of every opportunity and final greetings. Gang, when Paul says to make the most of every opportunity, that's right from this chapter, he's talking about, we call it pray for one. It's just recognizing that God has us here to share his love. And let's read this verse here. It says, live wisely among those who are not believers and make the most of every opportunity. It says, let your conversation be gracious and attractive so that you will have the right response for everyone. The NIV translates that. It says, let your conversation be full of grace and seasoned with salt. Well, as the NLT does so well, it takes phrases like salt we don't understand. In that day and age, salt is what kept meat from decaying. They didn't have freezers and fridges, so it's the best they had to keep meat from decaying too quickly. So our conversation, the way it's supposed to be attractive, is there's supposed to be enough compassion in us that when we feel and we hear somebody is being insulted, probably the most common thing is somebody's being made fun of a little bit, behind their back, somebody's being mocked a little bit at the office, at school, wherever. You just can't go along with it. You just have so much compassion in you that you can't go along with it. I'm not saying that the way we do this is we condemn people for ever saying anything, but the fact is, gang, that we need to it needs to be obvious to people that there is compassion. We're different. There's a compassion on the inside of us that is different, and it's a compassion that spreads to all people. Well, that's one of the main ways, if not the main way, where our conversation is gracious and attractive. It's not just that we're saying these positive things, but the salt is we can't go along with a negative. It's that decay, when we're not going to participate in things that are decaying, right? That's God's call in our life, friends. And you know what? That's natural. It's just natural. Things like that will bother you if and when God's love is flowing through you. When you're full of God's love, those small comments about people, they'll bother you because you love those people. My friends, let's never forget, it's loving God that leads us to a life that we love. God today, send us one person today to share your love with.